Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The last regular season game of Valorant this season. We're on to round 7. We're going two pretty freaking good teams. We got Freedom, and the I am not sure how to say that. The Manasawa, I believe. Let me see. The Manawa Wolves. The Manawa Wolves. They are both undefeated going into this game. Perfect 6-0. So we're gonna see one of these streaks go today. But yeah, it's gonna be a good match. Both of these teams have played very well all season long. Um, and they're looking to keep that success going as they look towards playoffs and hopefully state land, which is coming up in like about a month or two here. But yeah, this is gonna be really fun. We're on Split today. We This map is pretty different, I'll say. Like it's one of those harder maps to attack on because you only really have two ways into both sites. But then again, if you have an attack sided comp like we are uno momento here. Just gotta. I believe somebody disconnected, so we're gonna get this all set up. But as I was saying, uh, yeah, Split is one of those maps where it's gonna be very difficult for it's gonna be very difficult for like defenses to deal with those attack heavy comps. So I'm interested to see how the Wolves are going to be looking at their first 12 rounds here, because this first half, if it's 6-6, perfect wipe for both teams. But I mean, as every game is, you want to win that half perfect 12-0. But with these two teams, I think it's going to be a lot closer. I'm looking more towards that 6-6 half, maybe going into overtime. But yeah, I like the comp coming out from Freedom. They're going to be on the defensive side to start this match, but I want to say a cookie cutter comp coming out from them. You have the two initiators in Breach and Sky. Sky's able to get some info off of her flash, even though it doesn't come back anymore. But you have the ability to lock down sites to get a lot of info. You have Cypher as well. He's really big on this map. As you see on the attack side, it looks like they are gonna try more of an attack-sided comp here with the Teo, the Clove, the Phoenix. All three of those players very good at taking space on their own. So being able to combine them is going to be really fun to see. Teo especially, I've started. He's been very prevalent in the professional Valorant side, and honestly just the game in general. He's one of the better characters overall at this point in time. But as I said, they're probably looking to win this side 12-0. They're going heavy on the attack. A lot of speed. They're going to be able to flood onto these sites very quickly. But let's bring it out of intermission and toss up that overlay in just a second when we load in. Beautiful overlays made this season. We have I can't see the name. I don't know their exact name, but Harmony Iris. They're very good at making overlays and the digital graphics you guys have been seeing on these streams. So thank you to them. I appreciate it very much. Makes it a little more professional. But as I said, this is gonna be a fun match to see. I love Split. Split's always been one of my more favorite maps. Like definitely Ascent, Bind, and Split. Top 3 in no specific order there. But I always love watching how teams play this as we look to start with a pretty fast B hit. But maybe not pretty fast, you know, they're taking their time, clearing out these these spaces, but Woody is going to be on the receiving end of this flash. Sees one, is going to send out that stun and try to slow him down as 21 Savage will be taking that space on the site. Some players from the Wolves are going to be out on the site. Woody stuck behind Pillar. Worst gets the first pick of the game. Woody able to trade them out. Or sorry, 21 Savage able to trade them out with the Boombot, but worse and Tateo putting in the work. Flimsy able to get one, but leaves Souls in a 1v3 situation with not a whole ton to do. You got that Teo is going to be sitting back, possibly playing for their mollies, just mollies on the bomb. Souls just going to try to do as much damage as they can, maybe take a little bit of eco out of the hands of the Wolves, but Teo able to finish him off, keep a couple weapons in the hands of the Wolves, but allowing for that eco to stay high and not allowing any more money into Freedom. But a very, very good round by Tateo and Worse there, able to just kind of run it down, hit their shots, and do a good job. As it looks like a gamble stack towards B for Freedom, but it's not going to get a whole ton of, it's not going to get really anything. You got a full stack on the side of A for, sorry, for the Wolves. They're just going to get a free A site here, but they are going to take their time in clearing it, use the util. I really like seeing Sheeb pushing up with this Teo drone, able to play off any of its information, but they're going to be able to get this spike down very quickly into the round. Only, I believe, 10-15 seconds in, but Freedom does know that all players are going to be towards this A site. 4 players for Freedom are going to be up in heaven. As Tateo starting to push in towards CT here. Flimsy, does he expect him in the corner? And he does. He gets the hit off, leaving Tateo at 5 health. 21 Savage able to pick him off. Soda trying to do their best here in the corner, leaving just Savage all alone in a 1v1. Not a whole ton of time left on the spike, so 21 Savage is probably just going to play for picks here. Try to get this kill, just deny the gun. Very well played by Savage there. Even though they did lose the round, you know, they got rid of every single gun on the side of the Wolves. So that's going to be huge going into this next round, where Freedom is going to be able to buy up their rifles. 21 Savage able to save that Bulldog, possibly leaning towards buying an operator in the next coming rounds here if they win this round, and then they can snowball that money. So a pretty heavy B-sided stack, but it is gonna be well played here for Freedom. But the Wolves noticing Nebby up in vents here, but just enough info. Saw one. That smoke is gonna come through most likely. Flash coming out as 3 players from the Wolves are gonna be pushing out into this middle of the map. Nebby pop flash out, not able to pick up one, picks up Soda with Sheeb, able to trade them out very quickly. Souls trying to do a little bit of damage of their own, but gonna have to back off here as the Teo missiles and Clove Decay are gonna be in play. Neil's having to picking up Tateo. 4v3 in favor of Freedom, not entirely losable here for the Wolves if they are able to get 1 or 2 more picks here up in mid, as they decide to back off, play some time, go towards sewers, and possibly just hit this A site right away. But Savage well ahead of them, going to be able to get info that they are going to be pushing up this A main, making a bunch of noise, but Sheeb knows they're there, but
30 seconds left
to start going up towards heaven here. Smoke's coming through, blocked off. Woody able to pick up Laka in the middle of the map there. Souls possibly gonna get picked off here. Shots coming out. Souls and Sheeb and Worse able to get 2.
10 seconds left.
Only 10 seconds left on the match, but
1 enemy remaining.
21 Savage picks up Worse, and it's gonna be a round win no matter what for Freedom. There was no time to plant the spike, but Savage able to get the last 2 on the round. Very well placed shots. Converting on their anti-eco there, and able to keep a pretty good amount of money. I mean, they are going to have to save up a little bit if they want to full buy next round, but Savage possibly going to buy one of... Yep, they bought up Souls there, but Wolves finally having a full gun round here. They're going to be pretty even, it looks like, for weaponry.
Shadows traveling.
As early stars coming out onto B, which warrants Souls to move up towards heaven here. All 5 players from Wolves are going to be stuck in this B main, but not a whole ton of space being taken by Freedom, leaving only 3 players on the side of B. Navi getting the pick of their own and able to back out in time. Gonna probably pop flash out here. Souls getting 2 through the smoke, and leaving the last 2 players from the Wolves extremely low, as this flank is going to be coming in very shortly. We're expecting it, sees Woody, might be able to get one, but does get stunned. Left on 1 HP. Soda left in the smoke, not even able to get one of their own. A flawless round for Freedom. Very well played with the 2 picks through the smoke from Souls, and just the sheer amount of damage that was done was just so good, honestly, for the side of Freedom. So I mean, this is fantastic on their side. I mean, it's still a 2-2 game, but you know, they're building up that economy. I mean, the lowest amount of money is Nebby at 2,300. They're easily going to be able to buy next round, but
I will find them.
But the Wolves they're not completely out of it yet. They're going to have to save up one of these, or this round, but as we saw in that 3rd round, they are going to be able to get very close to converting on this anti-eco. Savage deciding to push out, possibly going to get one here with the ult, but no real info. Decides to back off as Soda and Teo pushes out, but not able to get one. Soda's position is not known yet. As a slowdown does occur here for both sides. Savage and Nebby are going to be pushing into sewers here. Soda seen and dealt with, leaving just 3 players on the side.
Amateur.
Sorry, I mean 2 on the side of the Wolves. Laka and Worse left all alone. Not the greatest weapons, honestly. Sheriff is going to be able to do some damage, but
last player
not
standing.
if
Spike down mid.
Not if Savage has anything to do about it. Laka is trying to get one of their own. Does end up getting Woody, denying the flawless round, but Savage with another 3 on the round. Already almost halfway back to their ult that they used that same round. So very well played to keep as many weapons in the hands of Freedom. But as I was saying, the Wolves might be down. They might be down economically, but you know what? They're definitely not out of it. They've proven throughout this season that they're able to just get that momentum going. They're able to put that work in. And as I said, this is going to be a very close game. Savage being pretty aggressive here. Stun coming out, but a very nice flash coming out. Savage not able to get one, but might just trying to get out in time, but Worse able to get them before they leave. Woody is going to be stunned, but it looks like we're slowing down. Possibly going to try to take it towards B here, as they plant Soda up towards A main. Nebby, let's see, what are they going to see? They don't see Soda in the corner, but that is going to allow them to cross over, most likely, as it looks like we are going to start ending towards B. Flimsy left all alone on the site with Souls on their way, but is Souls going to be able to get there in time? Puts the smoke up, but Flimsy still stuck out in this site. Teo possibly in a bad position here. Does get flashed by
Spike
Souls.
down,
Flimsy
B.
picking up 2.
We are left in a 3v3, evened out the playing field. Souls taking the high ground here. They do have Spike stuck on site. No real way to get it.
30 seconds left.
As they are going to have to start speeding up. Flimsy getting a third of their own. Are they going to be able to pick up worse here? Soda picking up Nebby. Left on 30 HP though. Not a whole ton for them to do.
Where is
As it looks, Flimsy uses the ult. Worse
Last player
turns out
standing.
able to pick up
One
Worse.
enemy
Able to
remaining.
pick up Flimsy, who got their 4th in the round, but did they expect Souls with a beautiful shot right at the end of the round, just seconds remaining, able to pick up the conversion for the Wolves. As I said, they are down but not out. What a shot from Worse there. Souls falling through the sky. I wish I had some sort of replay system, but oh my goodness, that was awesome. Just a really, really good round by both sides. I mean, I really like the aggression up A main there by Savage. Like, they weren't able to get out in time, but the stun coming from Woody and the flash, it was just beautiful. They were if they were able to get like 1 or 2 there, that would have been a whole different round. But it looks like we are going to get some more A aggression from Savage. Not able to pick up Sheesh, but does take damage. They did see 2 or 3 players there, but hearing a lot more. There's 3 stars out. Souls seeing Laka in mid. Are they going to pick him up? And they do. There's no smokes for the Wolves. It's going to put a wrench in their plans here. 4 players are going to be stacked towards this heaven and on A. Once again, it looks like we are going to be trying. Oh, sorry, I forgot that they had 12. So they are going to have some smokes left, but definitely that post-plant opportunities are a little less there now that you don't have the Astra for the pull and the stun. But Soda just playing off the trip here. The trip is still up. Teo was able to push through, but there we go. Getting the trip there. The stun coming through. Nebby
30 seconds
trying
left.
to do damage, but ends up having to back off just a little bit. 2 players are going to be stuck in the middle of the map here. Savage picking up Teo, leaving just
Spike down B.
Soda and Worse once again. Soda dropping down, able to get the pick on Navi, but I don't think any
10
sort of
seconds
heroic
left.
is going to come into play here. There's 2 spread across the map. This is most likely a round win for Freedom. Once again, Savage is playing time, trying to get the picks. 2 off of their ult, picking up Soda right at the end of the round there. Worse, getting 1 of their own as well, but just not enough time left in that round to really do anything to try to win that round. The players from Freedom were just too far spread apart, but that's okay. They're only down 1 round, so I mean, it's looking very promising for them so far. But now that we got a little bit of downtime, I do want to bring up. I did get some info from the Freedom like head coach, their teacher that's in charge. But I will go over that after this round as we look to get a decently quick push. As Worse, it does get picked off and does a ton of damage. Souls does a ton of damage once again just with spraying through the smoke. That Phantom putting in the work today. See, this is I like the double controller from the Wolves. I mean, it's like in this situation, if Freedom were to have lost Souls, that's all their smokes down, all their options. But like in this case, they have Astra and Close, so they're going to be able to put up smokes and protect themselves a little bit better. As Nevi takes this fight towards A main, not able to get any of their own. Flash is out, not going to be hitting anybody, but it looks like the Wolves are going to be trying to take this fight up towards Nevi. A very nice shot, but Sheev able to pick them off. Woody doing their best to trade out Nevi, as it looks like they're just about to. Sheev and Teo left in A main as Soda comes in from behind and puts in the work to take out those 2 players on A. Heaven, but
Last
only
player
10 seconds
standing.
left, and once again, Savage is just in a beautiful spot to deny Teo from even just getting onto the site. So once again, a very well played and well timed out round for Freedom, able to just deny enough time and enough space for them to just pick up that round by time. Just, I can't say enough good things about both of these teams. It's very impressive how well they know how to play these maps. Like Freedom, they know that they don't have to push out. They can deny time. They realize, hey, there's 20 seconds left in the round. They have to come to us. So I think this is great. And then the Wolves, realizing, hey, there's 4 or 5 people here. Let's cut noise, go to the other site, maybe go back to the site. It's very, very well played on either side. It looks like they are going to try to hit B once again. Worst does get taken out, does pop the Clovolt, and is going to have to push towards mid or CT here, trying to get a kill, but the ultimate is going to run out, leading to them not being able to live. But the Wolves finally able to get the spike down. Souls picking up Soda as the breach ult does get used. Is Freedom flooding out of Heaven here, leaving all 3 players just stuck on site. A lot of ults being used. Souls getting one. Savage picking up one with their ult. Teo doing their best to sit in the smoke, but swings out. Nebby finishing off the round for the 3rd straight round for Freedom. As I was saying, I did get a little bit of information about the roster for Freedom. So they're a pretty well-rounded team. They got 3 seniors, in Woody, Savage, and Flimsy, but a freshman coming in with Souls, and they're doing very well. They are 6 and 7. Savage clearly, ahead of the pack at 15 and 2, but yeah, I mean, like and for being a brand new team, Nebby was the only returning player from last year's team. So just for just coming together this for this season is very impressive to go undefeated. I like the slow up on the round here. Flimsy does see one and hears a bit of noise towards mid.
They found my wire.
Gonna be telling their team, hey, there's a lot of people here. His location does get revealed, but trying to pop the cage and not gonna be able to do it. Soul is able to trade the mountain time, but worse, that's gonna be very big for the Wolves, as they are gonna most likely be able to get this B site pretty easily if they start taking their space, but they decide to slow it down, maybe see if Laka is going to be able to get any sort of information. But they do end up taking it out onto B. They're going to be able to get this plant down. No real util to stop them. But
Killed my bot.
Soda holding this position underneath Heaven. Nebby swinging out, does get picked off by Sova, but instantly traded out by Woody. A 3v3. Souls and Woody, Souls and, yes, everybody from Freedom is going to be pushing out. Sheep getting one of their own, but once again, instantly traded out, leaving Teo and Laka just on their own. The star on the spike, they're going to be able to pull them off. And with the Teo util, are going to pick up Savage. Woody left all alone, no real util to deny. Woody gets it to half, but do they have the time to finish the round? They do not. Teo able to deny the defuse. Woody not able to get it down in time. Very well played by Teo, able to use the remaining util that they had to just distract Woody from getting the spike. I mean, there was an opportunity there for Woody to fully defuse there, but with the Teo util is just so overpowering. Like you have the mollies, which can be thrown from like pretty much anywhere.
This is a nice spot.
And then you have the ultimate in play. You have the stun in play. So
Grenade!
very, very well played by Teo there. It's another default round coming out. Woody taking a little bit of space towards mid, but decides to back off. Savage getting a little deep into A main. Does get one, but once again gets instantly really pick off by WIHSEA since they pick up the only 2 players that are on A, but they are going to have to clear out this A site. They hear one towards vents, but it doesn't look like Woody is going to be pushing out anytime soon. They hear the noise. Spike does get dropped as they are going to look to take this site. Souls with a beautiful 2 shots.
Spike down A.
Shadows traveling.
Just completely flipping the round around, honestly. 50 seconds left in the round. The Wolves do have time to play here. They can slow it down, but they need Spike, which is stuck in the back corner of heaven here. With very good util usage by Freedom.
30 seconds left.
Push up a little bit. Aka taking some CT space. Soda revealing their position. Close to heaven with the 2 bots, but Laka probably already are also going to do the same. Souls getting the 3rd of their own.
10 seconds left.
Does end up seeing Laka. Only 10 seconds left in the round. Souls looking to pick up their 4th, but it looks like Laka is just going to be able to save towards screens here. Once again, very well played by Freedom. You know, they're taking their time, they're slowing down the rounds, they're making the game go at their pace. That's very good.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astral to
And
play some
I mean, the Wolves are doing fantastic as well. I mean, it doesn't look like they're like close in this game, but I mean, most of these rounds are coming down to 1v1s, 1v2s. You know, it's very close rounds. It's just unfortunately not going in their way yet. I mean, I can very much so see it. But as we head into this last round, it looks like the Wolves are going to be trying to go a little bit quicker. Flimsy not seen by the Teo drone, so he is going to be able to do a little bit of damage. Sheep picking up one of their own. Soda getting this plant down pretty quickly. A 4v4 here. Nebby able to get Nebby and Woody are going to be pushing in through B main. Souls getting onto the spike, and it might just be half over right there. Savage picking up Laka. A beautiful retake by Freedom to finish off the round with an 8-4 lead. As I said though, this map is definitely more defense-sided. So I mean, this is what you expect. You know, on a defensive side, you know, 7-8 rounds. That's what you expect. So the Wolves don't really have a whole ton to worry about. Yes, they're down by 4 rounds going into the next half, but if they're able to pick up this, pistol round, they're gonna be more than set. They can convert on that anti-eco, then it's only a 2-round game, you know, and we've seen them play. It's very close, even when they're down, you know, like if they're at a weapon disadvantage, they're gonna be able to play up to those up to those weapons that Freedom has. But a little bit of presence shown in B main by the Wolves, by WIHSEA, and some noise heard telling their team that there's some people towards B main.
No peeking.
Popping the smoke. The nice thing about this comp too is like they can convert it into a defensive sided comp. It's going to be very difficult for Freedom to take any sort of space, as they only have the one controller. When they're going to each of these sites, the controllers in Astra and Clove are going to be like kind of extra sentinels in a way. She doesn't taking up in mid as Freedom is going to start taking the fight towards B heaven here. Tail pretty much the only line of defense on B, but they're gonna just let them run onto B, let them get this spike down, go for a retake. Flimsy is still making presence on A, which is it allows for a lot slower of a rotate. Teo does pick up Savage with Souls there for the instant trade, but as I said, with Flimsy keeping that space, it delayed that rotate by Laka and Soda. Woody is going to be pushing up into heaven here.
One enemy
Picks up
remaining.
Laka with a very nice shot, but Soda left in a 1v3. And once again, is going to try to just do as much damage as they can. Not able to get a shot off as Nebby saw them right as the smoke was popping. But once again, Freedom just, you know, they're winning their gunfights. They're playing off of each other very well. As I've said, there's multiple moments in this game where, yes, a Freedom player might get picked off, but there's always somebody right there, right behind them, like Souls picking up the trade on Detail last round. You know, like it's definitely, you know, they're playing off of each other very well. There's a pretty aggressive TP into B main here by Souls, but slows it down. Nebby just trying to do a little bit of damage. Does take out the turret up in mid from Soda, but Teo Yuto getting used pretty early, trying to just deny any sort of entry into B, as 3 players from Freedom are going to be stacked towards this B main side. Nebby just playing, just trying to get some information. Does see Soda up in vents. Only knows that they're there. They might. There is a chance that they get picked up in mid, but Soul is able to pick up Sheeb on B site once again, leaving it wide open. Nebby flashing out, picks up the flash onto Soda, but I don't know if they saw that Worse was there. If they do end up seeing him, Nebby taking a lot of damage, but getting the pick in the end. Woody picking up Soda in a 2v5 here now for Teo and Laka. Very nice flash coming through. Woody getting the last pick there. Laka just deciding to save the Marshall. They invested the money into the round, and just they kind of need to. I mean, this next round is going to be a little bit difficult for them to buy up, but as I said, they've been close rounds. I mean, this was Freedom's round to win. You know, they won that first round. Their economy's a lot better. I mean, Laka did buy a Marshall, or maybe picked up a Marshall, but that's the second round is usually whoever wins the first round is gonna win the second round. So I mean, like,
I should play some Astral Stars
we're
in
not
this reality.
very surprised to see Freedom go up 10-4 after winning that first round, but you know, now that the Wolves are gonna be having these rifles, they were able to buy up just a little bit, but a very similar starting setup, but a pretty quick mid presence being taken by Freedom. Woody able to get the trade after Soda picks up 21 Savage, but they've already cemented themselves up into events here, taking full control of mid, leaving these players from the Wolves just kind of stuck. Nebby tossing that flash, doesn't see anything, but the clove decay does deter the initial entry, as it looks like they are going to be pivoting towards A or B heaven, picking up Teo on their way, who evens it out to a 3v3. Sheeb expecting there to be some players in B main here. Getting the pick on the Nebby and Flimsy. Some beautiful shots, leaving just Souls all alone. As the flash is going to come out. Sheeb, what a beautiful hold on B, with some very nice shots coming out from Sheeb. So, as I said, they're not out. They're down by 6, but they're not out. They're 5 now, but
my ultimate's ready.
Individual performances are pretty solid. I mean, Sheeb with some beautiful shots to keep them in that round and to eventually win them that round. But yeah, that was very well played on his part. You know, throwing the flash on the left side brought all the attention to that side, to be honest. Like, the players from Freedom were dropping down, but they got fully flashed by that second flash. So I mean, it's
Let's
very,
go.
very well played on Sheep's part there. As we look into this 16th round of the match, Soda gonna be getting first contact with a very nice shot onto Savage. He has just been shut down this second half here. I believe they started this half like 15 and 4, and now they're 18 and 7. So far, so far very, very well played to try to shut down 21 Savage. Sheep in the ultimate able to take out Souls. Gets shot by Nebby, which reveals their position. Soda is going to be swinging out, not able to get any damage done. Nebby not flashed.
Blinded.
Does blind
Down with.
one. Picks up Soda, trying to put in some work towards mid here, as they're going to have to fight back to this spike in market. Woody picking up Sheep and looking to get more. Stun coming out, but that Teo util is going to stop them from even moving, honestly. 30 seconds left in the round. The ultimate thought
30
about
seconds left.
as they just use the flash. Worse, getting taken out. Woody using the ultimate, but it is going to miss. Teo
Last player
playing in a
standing.
beautiful spot, but gets flashed. There's only 15 seconds. They are going to have to start sprinting towards this B site. That is their only option, but it's going to be
10
wide
seconds
open
left.
as Lacka was stuck towards that A site, just hoping to anchor down. As it's going to be a round win for the Wolves. There's not enough time left on the clock. Just barely missing it by half a second at the most. Very, very well played. I like the aggression down mid. Sheep once again putting in work. They were able to get, I believe, 1 or 2 with that Phoenix ult there, but making that mid presence just pretty much won them that round. I mean, they were able to get the spike stuck in market where the remaining 2 players for the Wolves were towards this A side. I mean, it's very, very well done on their part. As we go into the next round, we have a 10-6 lead remaining for Freedom. Worse, getting flashed off rip. Savage left with only a Bucky, not able to do much long-range damage, maybe 15 at the most. But we do have
Headshot.
Nebby
Miles
making
ready.
that space into heaven. 3 players on the side of the Wolves are going to be towards this A side. Flimsy getting one of their own.
I've got your
Lacka
trail.
just missing the kill on the
One
Savage.
enemy
Swings
remaining.
around and gets the
Spike down A.
trade onto him, leaving Teo all alone.
Drone
This
going out.
this is looking a little. I'd say it's most
Turret suppressed.
likely Freedom's round,
planted.
but you never know. Teo could just pop off here. I can see it happening. They see Woody, possibly could know that Nebby's playing right there, but I don't know. It's going to be very difficult. They're going to swing out. Nebby's just on point today, able to hit these shots. You know, they're 15 and 10, but these shots that they've been hitting are fantastic. I mean, I don't think I've seen any real. I mean, there's no real bad performances going on today. I mean, everyone's putting in work. They're doing what they need to be doing, and it's showing. You know, like it's very.
No more charges left.
It's honestly, it's awesome to see how good these players are. You know, like team settings are also always very different from when you're playing at home, but like it's great to see how these players are doing, and I look forward to seeing each of these teams make a deep playoff run. I'm ready to see it. But a lot of mid space once again being taken by Freedom. Teo possibly looking to, maybe they got some info up in B main. I'm not too sure, but a lot of noise being made towards mid. I mean, the running around, but no real contact being taken. Flimsy is gonna be setting off that turret up in A heaven, just getting those stars out, but it looks like we are going to be looking more towards an A hit. Flimsy once again getting spotted. Another very
My
nice shot
ultimate is
from
ready.
Soda. They have been putting in work with this Marshall. Teo getting Nebby up in heaven. That's going to be a weapon upgrade for them. As Flimsy and
30
Souls
seconds
look
left.
to look to take this towards A.
Have one of these.
We're trying to delay as much as possible. Sees Souls up on ramps there, but do they expect Woody to be right behind him? Sheep getting Flimsy. As Woody gets two
10
of their own.
seconds
Teo gonna be very close to the action, but they're gonna have to run onto
Placing
this
swamp
site.
grenade.
I don't think they definitely don't have any more time now. As once again, these teams are both playing it very well, like timing wise. You know, they're like the defense has just been so locked down on both for both teams here. Like it's just so fun. I love it. Like it's good. The Wolves, they were down by, I believe 6. Yeah, they were down by 6 at one time. Bringing it back, they're only down by 4, right? But Freedom is 2 rounds away from taking this map, so they're looking to stop that momentum, maybe break up the economy. I mean, Freedom has just been doing very, very well to keep
Placing swarm grenade.
the Wolves from having any sort of
Swarm grenade
eco this
out.
whole game. I mean, Soda
Initiated.
popping the ult, gonna delay just
Placing
a little
alarm box.
bit as they expect to push up into A.
Launching missile. On cooldown.
Teo putting a little bit of the mollies there to try to do a little bit of damage. Not able to get a whole ton. They are gonna be clearing out this heaven.
Drone is down.
See some players ramps, but Nebby is very close. Position noted. Sheeb spraying just a little bit, trying to do a little bit of damage. Nebby does get headshot, but that Stinger is not able to do enough damage. Very close right now.
This is how
Worse.
it
Could have
ends.
probably popped out, but I really like the tail out there from Teo. Nebby very close by, able to pick up Teo, but Souls realizing that the last 2 players from the Wolves are going to be towards this A site as they are going to
30
be able to get
seconds
this plant
left.
down on B.
Planted.
3v2. Soda very low, only 5 HP, bringing out the operator, but it is a one-shot to the chest and above. So I mean, it's very doable. I mean, all players on the side of Freedom are close to full HP. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for them to get taken out as the spike does start ticking a little bit quicker here, warranting a little bit of a
Coming
speed
back.
up from Worse and Soda. They are going to have to speed it up just a little bit as it's going to start double ticking any time soon here. There it goes.
Last player
Soda
standing.
does get taken out. Savage just doing some damage, able to pick up the final kill onto Worse. Doesn't even really matter that they die
Match
to the
point.
explosion there, as they are rolling in money right now. So going into match point for Freedom, 12-7 so far. The Wolves gonna need 5 straight to bring it to overtime. It's very doable. They've been showing signs of very, very strong holds on both of these sites. As it looks like we are gonna get a hit towards A.
Let's make some chaos.
3 for the side of for the Wolves towards A. A late buy phase pivot towards mid here. Some noise being made mid. Teo is
Locating
gonna be
targets.
using that drone pretty early. Gets some
Drone is
info.
down.
Sees one. Flimsy trying to get a little bit of info towards A. Still 3 players. 3 players for Freedom, or sorry, for the Wolves are going to be towards A. Their 2 B players in Laka and Teo are going to be taken out. The Ray's ultimate does get used. Worse, probably not in a great position for the ultimate. Does dodge it. As they are going to take a lot of damage. Savage just trying to use the 4, gets both picks on the Worst, but Soda in there. 2v3. Souls left very low, but all 3 players from Freedom are going to be stuck in this B main. Souls not able to get taken out. Nebby very close by with the flash, swings out. There's not a whole ton of time left on the clock.
Last
Sheep
player
trying to do
standing.
some damage. Nebby left with not much HP. They're gonna run into heaven and
enemy
not enough
remaining.
time. This is gonna be match for Freedom. Sheep getting the last 3, but not
Attackers
able
win.
to win the round. Very, very good, well played by both teams there, but Freedom able to take the victory, completing the undefeated season, and giving the Wolves their first loss of the season. So I mean, if I were the Wolves, I wouldn't be too upset. That was a very, very well played game on both parts. Freedom just a little bit better, just a little bit like, you know, they're hitting their shots a little bit more, but you know that happens. That's Valorant. But you know, thank you guys so much for watching. I do not know if I'm going to be covering any of the playoff games. I believe I probably will. That's my guess. But I look forward to casting in the future. This was a great regular season. I'm excited to see which teams are going to be making this state tournament. So keep an eye out if any of those teams are streaming. And yeah, we'll be back possibly next Tuesday with the first round of the playoffs. We'll see what map that